gotta go.
We're rolling, man. We're going, man.
We're rolling?
Yeah, this is big shout out, because this is episode number. Let's just call it 69, because we all like that.
Yeah, somewhere
Every
between
day-
6
Every
and 9.
episode is 69.
69. Hey, from
and
here on out,
420.
you've heard it. You've heard it here. And speaking of 420, check out our sponsors, High Five. They're an infusion facility out of Batavia, which is actually where we're located. So if you want to come check us out and fucking fight us in the streets like you're threatening on the goddamn fucking interweb, we're in Batavia.
Somebody
Now,
threatened to
no,
fight us?
No, but I'm
Oh.
hoping somebody does.
Oh, man.
Now it's like, oh, come get you. Then we just beat the shit out of them. Fuck their sister. That's one.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to High Five. They make great sublingual strips and cannabis infused vapes, and they've been a really good sponsor to us. And they got really
Yes, they
hot
have.
models on there. And the other sponsor for this week is
Done Did It Studios, providing another
Shout out
great-
Done Did It Studios.
shout out to Done Did
Red
It.
Stag.
They got an artist that's got a big show coming up locally here, right?
well,
Like West,
JUD and the Poor.
yeah, West
April
Chicago-
3rd, West Chicago Social Club opening up for Moonshine Bandits.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Moonshine Bandits. Check out the shirt.
You
If
know,
you don't like it,
all
again,
them-
go fuck yourself.
All them good
Right.
outlaws.
But yeah, it should be good times. And speaking of good times, how about this fucking
Cheers.
playoff weekend?
Hey.
Somebody forgot me over here.
Oh,
Oh no, we didn't. We poured them for the guys we like.
Oh,
So we're gonna let
on.
Bobby pour a shot, and while he pours his
hey, this is
shot,
just like really as I bartend when I forget about people.
Yes, it
Like,
really
there's
is.
One
but
friend
you
over
never,
here.
but
like
you
we're
never
still
forget
on-
about you.
we're still have,
Yeah, we got Judd and the Poor. Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Whatever.
Check them out, West Chicago Social Club. Here's to episode 69.
69 every time. God, yeah. You're killing me, remember?
That's delicious.
Really
You know,
horny this week.
you know what that tasted like? It tasted like the NFC North really just shit the bed. And I know the Lions haven't played yet. The Bears shit the bed before anybody could because we're
Yeah.
fucking number one.
that's right.
We started.
We,
We're
we
like,
are number one.
we're not
1
even
and 25.
Yeah, that's what
Bears
we're
are 1-0. Vikings and Packers 0-2.
So fuck them.
Yeah, that's
And,
true.
Oh, boy, are we
I'm-
something.
What a playoff weekend, man! I'll
Oh,
tell
it
you.
was
I'll
great.
tell you
That
the
was crazy.
game. The game that surprised me the most was how bad the fucking Chargers got whooped on.
Yeah, I agree. I did
I
not see
mean-
that coming.
I know Houston's a solid team. Stroud's look good. Like I love fucking their coach. Like they're
You love fucking their coach?
Yeah,
yeah. I wasn't gonna tell anybody, D'Amico, but story's out.
Sorry, Virginia.
Anyways, yeah, Virginia, you're old news, dude. I'm a playoff fucker now.
Yeah, we don't do that here. We
Yeah,
don't do
yeah.
playoffs here.
Bitch ass. They looked solid. They looked good. And I'll tell you what was the insane stat that came up during the game, and Henry pointed out that CJ Stroud apparently never beat Michigan, like in college, which wasn't like a ton of games. And 90% of like their fucking staff for the Chargers is Michigan. Clearly,
finally got
Jim
him.
Harbaugh. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
They looked fucking rough, and I'll tell you who looked brutal.
Oh, we all know.
Their quarterback, man.
4 interceptions, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he didn't have 4 interceptions all year, I don't think.
That's the craziest stat you are going to hear tonight, maybe. 4 interceptions in one playoff game after throwing not 4 for the whole
3,
season.
yeah, he only threw 3 all season.
That's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
I mean, but hats off to Houston. I mean, they kind of get fucked because now they got to play
Oh, they're going to get fucked.
Kansas City. Well, they're going to get fucked if the refs show up
Well, the refs will
because
be there.
Kansas City and the refs are tough. I
Yeah.
don't mind that game. I'll tell you the other game that was fucking fun to watch was goddamn. Did the Vikings even bring their team?
Yeah, that's at least a $15 million a year fucking mistake he made, huh?
The last 2 weeks for
Yeah, the last 2
Oh.
weeks.
done for
It's
Darnold.
They was talking about mid 50 millions. Now they're talking about like 40.
Dude, what's crazy is Henry last week. For all of you that listen and subscribe, and if you don't, you should, because otherwise I'm gonna fuck your sister. But it's two.
That's two already.
But the fun fact is, he literally he couldn't have played any worse. And that line, what happened to that line? That line was so solid all year. I thought that they switched the Bears line like as like a joke, just to show him what it could be like. But Darnold, 9 sacks, which ties a playoff record, and you can check that stat. You guys have been fact checking us. We like that, but also fact check your fact checking. 'Cause fuck you. So 9 sacks is a playoff record, but I don't know this for sure. I think the yardage he lost on those sacks was a playoff record. Like he tied for the 9 sacks.
Did Mahomes have that before, or was that the Super Bowl record?
I'm not sure, man.
Were the Buccaneers just
Was
kept
it
getting
Mahomes?
them?
Remember when the year Mahomes ran like for like a couple hundred yards backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
threw that pass sideways
Dude.
from his belly.
Sounds
and
like
it's-
Justin
Yeah.
Fields' career with the Bears. So
Yeah,
that
wow,
that,
that's
that
true.
game was interesting, and then probably the baller game of the whole weekend.
Washington and Tampa, or
That I really enjoyed that game because it was close. Both teams looked like they really wanted it. Mike Evans shows up like he always does.
Baker's fumble was
And
just so
and
big.
I'll tell you what, that Baker fumble.
Yep.
Oh my
Oof.
God, that was rough. That was rough. The playoffs look good. Who do you guys got going forward? So I'm pretty sure it's the Lions are going to play the
Commanders.
Commanders,
Formerly
and
known
the
as-
Eagles are going to play the.
Eagles play Philly. I mean Philly.
Eagles
the
play Philly.
Rams.
For the Philly fans.
LA. They'd
I think
Yeah, they would.
I think a great NFC like championship would be Lions Eagles, like two old
Yeah.
school teams. I think the Lions come out. I still think the Lions are going to represent the NFC in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
yeah.
The way it's
Hopefully
shaking out, I
hopefully the
think
Bills.
so.
I think.
Yeah, the
so,
Bills.
Bills.
Well, that's what I think we're all rooting for,
What's-
right?
No, no, no.
Slowly, slowly crush Bo Nix.
Look, here's the thing, man. That was a great game.
That
We
was
didn't
good,
even touch
yeah.
on that. Bo Nix looked awful. He looked like a rookie quarterback, but good for him to get there. And also, I know this is a fucking record. He's the first rookie quarterback to throw a touchdown pass to a rookie wide receiver in a playoff game.
Oh.
Never happened. Bo Nix, he got that. Put that in your hat while you sit at home next to the Bears. You fucking loser.
Oh man.
More like Ho Nix because
You're like Donald Trump.
He got pimped out, dude.
I-
Ho Nix. That's
I
what I'm
like
calling
it.
you.
Coming
like the
fucking
ones that-
hot this week.
Only like the ones that don't get caught. Like this fall.
Yeah. No, I am.
Loser.
I am
Made it to the
coming.
playoffs, loser.
I am coming in hot. It's gonna be a
So-
good one. I'm like, as much as I would love for us to have to go to Buffalo and watch the Super Bowl,
Going to Buffalo.
I feel like
Great way, Buffalo.
in my heart of hearts, the Ravens. If you watch that game, I watched every second of it because I told my son he could root for another team that actually makes the playoffs, and he chose the Ravens.
Oh yeah. That's
We've been watching them like all year. They did everything that you could possibly do, and Derrick Henry was a beast. And the crazy thing about Lamar is like you're like, oh hey man, we got him to the left. He just jumps to the right. Oh, we got him up the
Yeah.
he was doing things that even Patrick Mahomes was probably at home going, damn. Like the Ravens look tough. I would not want to face the Ravens if I was any team in the NFC.
Absolutely. I think the Ravens are.
It's just Lamar has to prove he can do it in the playoffs. You know,
That's
I'm
what
not
it
saying
is.
he can't, by the way, but until he does it, you got to be skeptical.
The difference is this: when the playoffs happen, teams focus on one thing.
Yeah,
In
take the-
in
take
regular
whatever you do
season,
best.
When they play you, they don't show you everything. They want to mix it up, do this. In the playoffs,
Yeah.
How do you beat Lamar? You blitz. The Chiefs, the last 2 seasons, blitz him all game.
Nonstop.
He can't handle it.
Yeah, it overwhelms them, and if you're blitzing all day, you got a pretty good shot of bringing down that fucking monster of a running.
I don't know. I was gonna say they got Derrick
I
Henry.
say, yeah,
one
that's
difference.
the
be
problem.
difference, my
Yeah,
friend.
that-
Blitz, and all of a sudden he's 20 yards down the field.
Did you see Derrick Henry throw Minka?
Yeah,
like a
dude.
toy?
Like so, if
The
the Ravens,
ragdoll.
I really think it's gonna be Ravens Lions, and I'm gonna be
I-
honest with you. I would love to see the Ravens win the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I really think it's gonna be tough for any team to beat the Ravens right now. And Derrick Henry looks like he's just. I feel like he's wanted this his whole career. He's always been
Yeah.
good, but he's never had a shot at actually getting this. Like he wants it bad, and he looks fucking tough.
I mean, it is the script. You know that, right? The Ravens have won the Super Bowl every 12 years with a 28-year-old quarterback.
Get the fuck out. of here. Fact check that
Fact
because
check it.
these are fact check.
Trent Dilfer, 28, 24 years ago.
Joe
Joe
Flacco.
Flacco, 12 years ago, 28.
Well, that's
Hey, you know Lamar? He's 28 this year.
that's sexy, dude. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm about to go put my kids' college fund on this game.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. Well,
You know?
It's a
Good.
script. It's the
Fuck
NFL
'em.
script.
You have insurance, dude. Henry will pay it back. You're
Yes.
good.
part of
Like-
the
Yeah,
simulation
it'll
we
come
live
out of
in.
the Bobby Carmack fund.
Which is, by the way, empty presently. So if you guys want to sponsor
Yeah, sponsor
next
Oh,
week, you know,
man,
we
yeah.
could definitely use another beer sponsor.
We
We'd
just
like
do
it.
pay Bob's rent.
Yeah,
Every-
the pay Bob's rent fund.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's a good one. I like that.
Uh,
We should start that.
I did want to go into the Bears coaching carousel.
We got to do
and
that for sure.
so all of a sudden I woke up today and I'm listening to sports radio
Unfortunately,
and fucking you're telling me, buddy. Every day above the daisies is a bad
Come on,
day.
that was a good one.
But
Henry's
I
still
get
laughing.
I get up and all
Three of
the-
your ex-girlfriends are watching this. Going, truth, speak it, motherfucker. Go ahead. What'd you
they
wake
don't
up
watch
to today?
me. All of a sudden the narrative switched, and I didn't know how this would happen, but all of a sudden Mike McCarthy apparently is the obvious coaching choice. And I sort of got it's every fucking sports radio station I listen to, everywhere, and I was just yelling at my radio all fucking day long.
Do you know what you just set off?
Please, because I hope he feels how I do.
Dennis Leary theory about all those explosions that happened in Europe are just little Irish guys exploding. Here you go.
Please.
Here's the thing. Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl in Green Bay with probably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Squandered.
One in the shittiest fucking division.
He started with Brett Favre, too, correct?
Right? Yes. So Mike McCarthy, he's got some hardware. He's earned his fucking props. He went to Dallas, and I said, okay, here you go. He's earned his fucking props. He's earned his shit in fucking Dallas. He squandered, like, I'm not saying Dak Prescott is Rodgers, but he's never really had a shitty fucking quarterback. There's injuries, there's problems. Yeah. There's so much talent in Dallas. And you know what else there is in Dallas? Jerry fucking Jones, who will spend everything. The best part about the Mike McCarthy dilemma, and I'm gonna say right here, I don't want Mike McCarthy as the next head coach. I know Bobby doesn't. Me and Judd had like a conversation about it.
I do have a counterpoint, but yes.
The thing is, the best part about it, when we were talking about it, is like, don't quote me on the days. This isn't a fact, but it was like Tuesday at 2, Jerry Jones, nah, I'm keeping him. We got to chat later. And like 9 hours later, they had like some whiskey, and Jerry Jones was like, the Bears want to talk to you. I said no. And Mike McCarthy was like, okay, everything's going to be all right. And then the next morning, Jerry Jones was like, bad news, motherfucker, you're fired. Like, what the fuck? And then the first thing he does is he calls Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders, who we literally talked like 3 weeks ago that he could end up in, we thought he could go to the Giants or the Cowboys. The Cowboys were able to move up and get one of his sons in the draft. I'm telling you right now, Deion to Dallas is a huge fucking possibility. Huge. Now, what were you going to say about Mike McCarthy sucking balls?
We could, I don't want him, but if we do end up with a coach, one of these guys that have done it already, I'm fine with.
I'm not opposed to that.
And, or Carroll, just because they've done it.
So, okay.
I would rather have Carroll.
You're stealing my questions because it's literally what I was going to. But
by the way, comment who you would rather have, Carroll or Mike McCarthy. Put it on there, and also send us pictures of your sisters.
Assuming Ben's off the table. But no, with Mike McCarthy, one good argument I did hear made for him today was, you look at Dallas, they had a terrible offensive line. The guy does find protection. The guy is really good at that, and that's the biggest weakness, arguably, for the Bears. So that's one thing I will say I will give Mike McCarthy, but it's just not who I fucking want. And I do think it's a crime to have Aaron Rodgers the majority of his career and win one Super Bowl.
I don't blame McCarthy for that. I blame Aaron Rodgers.
That's the Packers.
No, I don't blame Aaron Rodgers.
The Packers, that's Favre, that's Rodgers. That's what they do.
They get one Super Bowl out of a Hall of Famer.
That's Rodgers.
At the end of the day, fuck the Packers. Here's the thing about McCarthy. Like, if you really go over the scheme of things, the players he's had, let's not even count Green Bay. He's Ezekiel Elliott. When he was at his game, like, nobody could stop Ezekiel. Dak's fucking top notch.
Yeah.
Was when he's not injured. You got some of the greatest receivers in the game. Like, with all that talent, he couldn't get him to the playoffs this year. With all that talent, he couldn't get him to the playoffs last year.
Well, they had a lot of injuries, though.
I don't need that in Chicago. What I need, I would take Pete Carroll over McCarthy.
I would too.
Obviously, our fucking boner dream, our fucking, like, literally having a wet dream is Ben Johnson. But speaking of Ben Johnson, and me and Judd, and I think Henry was in on this, we were talking about, if you're Ben Johnson, right? I think clearly he's stated it in interviews and stuff. He thinks Caleb's the shit. He thinks Caleb's got a fucking arm. He thinks Caleb's got the talent. But he also knows, because he's in the division, who he's got to play twice a year for 6 games.
That shouldn't be the problem.
And he also knows that the Bears, for their whole fucking history, have fucked shit up. Would you rather go to you could go to Oakland, or sorry, my fat. You could go to Vegas, where they got a top fucking pick. It's like top 6 or something.
They also tend to fuck it up.
Right?
Yeah, they also fuck it up.
Davis's kid is damn narrow. Might as well be Virginia McKinney.
So it's close.
Have you seen him? He looks like a rag doll.
Yeah, he's awful, but he's got a really hot girlfriend. Hey, send us.
Yeah, and she's pregnant from another guy. No,
good. You're welcome, Judd. Nice nails, bro. He fucking threw all of it in there, dude. You got both inches up, man.
Drunk and fertile.
But I'm not saying I would choose the Raiders, but like the Raiders, you're going to get a GM and a coach, and if you can draft a quarterback, because of the way it lays out, all three of those come together. And Tom Brady is calling fucking Ben Johnson like every day because Tom Brady's an owner of the Raiders. Or would you go to a team
His
like
number one option is Jacksonville.
would you go to a team like Jacksonville where it's the same thing? You get a GM, you already got a quarterback. He's proven.
Yep,
He's
yep.
fucking looks like Tarzan.
He could
They're
be.
gonna be they're gonna be the Chicago Jaguars soon.
But
They're
and-
moving.
Or would you go to a team like, I know the Jets are a shit show. They make us look amazing. Would you go to like the Jets where you're going to get a GM, the coach, and clearly Rodgers isn't their fucking answer at quarterback. If they bring him back, he could draft a late round fucking quarterback and deal with it and develop. Or do you even go to a team like, I really think the Browns are going to do some weird shit because have you heard about this Deshaun Watson
Yeah,
thing?
he ruptured his Achilles
Again, he might miss the entire year.
Yeah, they said he is.
Not
Who's his masseuse?
Yeah,
Why
I was
does
gonna
he keep
say, yeah, he
rupturing?
needs
Not-
a massage there.
Not in football. And we're going to bring this up next week. So fucking send us some comments, send us some ideas. Henry's going to look into it. I think the Deshaun Watson trade could be the worst trade in fucking sports ever.
It's the worst
Not a good
contract
one.
ever.
What you
Guaranteed.
see Texans got compared to what the Browns didn't get. So we'll bring that up next time.
It's not the worst contract ever.
But if you
What's
could
worse?
like,
Marcus Russell.
No,
negative
no.
He didn't even
could-
fucking play.
He didn't get 250 guaranteed.
guaranteed, and they didn't
I
give up like
understand, but
7
that-
fucking draft.
Yeah, but at least they got a couple games out of him.
What?
Jamarcus fucking, you
he
know how
showed him
much
on
money they
the
had to
field.
spend off the books
didn't
just in
even play.
food?
I'd take that Jamarcus Russell trade over the Watson trade.
Fuck that.
First of all,
franchise
Marcus
year.
Russell was just the first overall
But
pick and sucked.
That's
There's a
just,
difference.
that's just one. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, there's so many
They
worse
traded
trades.
5 picks or whatever,
Sure.
maybe more, and then signed him to a 250.
And you said worst contract. How about the Aaron Rodgers contract?
No, because
It's not
at least
worse?
No, because it's not 250 million.
What, how many is it a year?
He's getting
They're
some.
getting paid the same.
It's like what, 40, 50 million? I have no idea. What is Aaron
They
Rodgers?
signed-
It's
contract?
around 50 million a year.
Yeah.
The difference is
to the-
Rodgers can get cut, and he doesn't have to get paid anymore.
Sure, I
Deshaun
understand
Watson
that.
still
I
has 3 years left
guarantee-
of 50 million each.
And the other difference is, if we're just talking football, at least Rodgers has got some jewelry. If we're just talking football, at least Rodgers has fucking got players that want to come play with him. And if we talk outside of football, at least Rodgers doesn't have 950 fucking cases of women being like, yeah, this dude's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, he has
So,
a few, but
It
not
was the
950.
dumbest fucking
know.
move they could do.
The Jordan Love contract's not looking very good right now either.
Hey,
is
hey,
it?
do you hear this? I heard
Hey,
the Packers fans are calling for LaFleur's head.
It's,
Yeah,
lit-
I've
it's
heard that
literally
too.
like you stole it out of my belly.
Out of your mouth
Because-
with his mouth.
Fire him. Bears.
Yeah.
Bears. Bring him in.
I said this to my buddy who's a Packers fan. He brought it up the other day. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, Packers fans think get rid of LaFleur, get rid of it." And I
He
go,
has the most wins for a head coach in his first 5 seasons ever.
if they fire him on Saturday afternoon, he should be the Bears head coach within 1 hour.
Yeah, by the end of the day.
They should call him and just go, "Hey, whatever the fuck you want, and fuck the Packers." And they'll be like, "Deal." That's fucking insane.
I did hear that. I
Rip
did
it.
see this. This was not someone posted this as their rumor choice. They said if we're going to hire Pete Carroll, which I'm not saying we want him, but if we do, the offensive coordinator they said we should bring in, Mike LaFleur.
That'd be
He's a quarterback coach under Sean McVay. That's his
pretty,
brother.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Or what about the offensive coordinator from Boston who just, or not Boston, I'm sorry,
Buffalo.
from the Ravens,
Oh,
who just
from
doesn't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
Yeah,
He's a
that's-
cussier motherfucker than us. We need to get him
that's-
on the show.
He's on
that
the
list
show.
I sent you guys from
Yeah.
Ben Devine, who has a
What-
good connection to people at
What's
the
his
Bears.
name? Todd Banky?
Todd Munkin.
Monkey.
Monken.
If you listen to this guy's interviews, he's literally like us right now. He's like, fuck this, fuck that. That guy's a bitch.
Yeah.
I
Also-
would love that guy.
also
if he
trouble-
grows a mustache, he's in.
Yeah,
Also,
so
has
once
trouble getting a
the,
sponsor.
once the Ravens are done, he's the third guy on that list that Devine said we're going to get. He said it's going to be McCarthy, Johnson, or him.
All right.
I hope Carroll's seriously considered though.
Let's hope that everybody's seriously considered. Let's
Well, I'm
Here to us finally getting it right
Here,
once with the
boys.
coach.
yeah.
yeah.
First time since like Lovey and,
God, I almost don't want to take the shot. I'm so
and Dave
scared.
Wanstead.
Speaking of not talking football, for a second, wow, that was magical. Judd brought it up. Let's get into
Already half the
college,
bottle
man.
gone. Amazing.
Let's get into college, man. I know you know who's happy.
I know you're.
about their pappy
It's not Mo, is it?
being up in this motherfucking first ever 12-team playoff championship. You got I'm claiming him. I couldn't get into school there because I'm fucking retarded.
he
but-
actually is.
Yeah, he is.
Huh? What'd you say?
Certifiably so.
Let's go Notre Dame. Fucking Freeman.
This is actually
And-
community service for us three with him.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And Ohio State, man, that Texas game was like that. Ohio State Texas game was beautiful. My brother lives in Texas. Shout out to Cody. Hey, sponsor us next time.
Hey, Cody.
And I'll talk about Jesus. Until then, anyways,
Big fan of Allah until then.
yeah. Until then, I only talk about
Derricka.
touchdown Jesus at Notre Dame. You know what's fucking incredible is
What's that?
Notre Dame and Ohio State, like they've played each other multiple times. Freeman doesn't have like a good record. They were literally trying to fire Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, like in the middle of the season, like multiple times. And they're still talking about, and the dude looks like a schmuck. He looks like he put his
Just
beard
for
on.
men.
With, yeah.
Ben.
No, it looks like a fucking permanent marker. It is rough.
I got 2 questions for you.
Hit me with it.
Where did Marcus Freeman go to college?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what
The Ohio State University.
what you're gonna ask me is where did he play NFL
And where did he get drafted? What team drafted him?
Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears.
So what's funny is
Played for
fucking-
2 terrible teams.
yeah.
Hey, he's playing his college though.
Dude,
That's the crazy
so
part.
No, that is crazy. So
obviously,
very
me
cool.
personally, I want to see Notre Dame win. I can't name the bar that we're gonna be at because like they kind of got to get like over some shit and go with the flow of it. But we'll be at a bar Monday the 20th. It's gonna be amazing.
Overall,
We're gonna fuck shit up. Judd's gonna be bartending. I'm gonna fuck the whole bar up. It's gonna be
Dude.
awesome.
Judd's gonna
We
fuck the
gotta-
whole bar.
it's going to be a Notre Dame bar. They already asked me to bring
I'm gonna-
the speaker in to play the fight song.
Bro, can I bring in like flags and swag?
fuck
and,
yeah.
like, okay.
Oh yeah, I think we should. We get.
Hey, and if you're still not interested, check it out because Bobby will probably be giving Hummers in the parking lot, dude.
I mean,
Rents do.
that's 7 days a
Rents
week,
do.
boys.
But college football playoff, like hats off to finally going to 12. It worked out well. I know
It's
that
been great.
it's been amazing. Like for businesses, for fans, for fucking everybody.
My bank account is fucking banging
It's-
from all the
It's
football.
been awesome, and
Love it.
it's been really good fucking football game.
It's been great. College and pro every year turning this into this magical fucking
It's-
run
yeah.
is.
It's been awesome.
It's giving me a
But
reason.
besides Judge Shamrock, if you're Irish, you're not allowed at the bar. Sorry,
What?
just kidding.
Are you rooting for Ohio
I mean,
State?
I'm also
No.
Irish.
Time
We're
out.
all Irish.
Is this how you're telling
I
me?
hate Ohio State.
You would
I'm joking.
you
They
would
were
be a
talking about-
Buckeye.
no, they were
You
talking-
would be a fucking Buckeye.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
you know
dude.
we got some good
Hey,
Polish
Polak
jokes for
the
him.
Buckeye's the
Fuck this
worst
guy.
mascot. The Buckeye is a poisonous nut.
You-
Who would name their team after a poisonous
do you
nut?
know why they call it the Buckeye?
Because they're
'Cause it-
poisonous?
Because it looks like a buck's eye. Fun fact. That's literally
Wow.
the whole. Literally, you ask somebody that.
You
like,
are a
I have
dad.
no idea, and they're like, why? And I'm like, because it looks like a buck's eye. Because Ohio is full of fucking losers.
I'll tell you who made out
Fuck
in this
you.
playoffs.
He's not
Let's go
wrong.
Irish, dude.
Hey, I'll tell you who made out in this playoffs is the Irish though.
Oh.
Because every team that made the next round got like 8 million, 10 million, like 20 million.
This
Yeah.
is a great fact.
and
get
it
ready.
was
Get ready for
between
your,
their conference.
Get ready
So if
for it to
Alabama
go.
won, they split it between the SEC. Well, guess who doesn't have a conference?
Notre Dame.
Guess who gets all of that money?
20
you think
fucking
this-
They
million
made
dollars.
28 million.
Do you
so
think this
far.
could potentially lead to teams not staying in
No,
conference?
no. So
They're the only one that is that.
the only reason that Notre Dame, there's certain teams that used to get away with it.
Right.
Notre Dame gets away with it because they've never been a part of a conference.
Okay.
and
So you
because
can't
they're-
leave a conference. You have to
Because-
stay.
yeah,
Oh, right,
once
okay.
you're in a conference, you have to join one. Notre Dame's never been a part of
Their
one.
basketball team is.
Was Army or someone like that too? Who was it?
Well, even Army,
BYU?
Navy, all BYU used to be like that. A lot of religious schools and military schools did it, and Notre Dame because they have the money, the funding, the backing.
God.
right.
God on
They
their
do have
side.
God on their side.
God, hey,
They're
you
the
go ahead
only
and
team in
fact
the
check that,
country
'cause I have
that
no
actually gets
confidence, but-
followed just by everyone that's Irish for no reason.
Well, duh. It's
he ain't
Irish.
even like,
Yeah, but
you gotta
okay,
love this.
If one team was named the Fighting Polacks, no, I'm telling you, not all the Polacks are following.
Here-
That's why you lost your country.
Here's
That's why you
here-
lost your country.
Here's the greatest thing about Notre Dame, right? So Notre Dame, huge. It's obviously a giant religious Catholic school, and they're called the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Which, by the way, is racist.
And
Their
what's
lo-
also
their-
racist,
their
why does he not
logo
have
is
red
a-
hair?
Their logo's a
a
fucking
drunken
leprechaun with
Irish
his fist.
man.
A leprechaun
Yeah.
without red hair.
But isn't it because they fought the Ku Klux Klan, right?
Whatever
got
it
the
is,
name.
but like
Whatever
still,
it is, they got drunk and fought. They didn't know it was a Ku
They're-
Klux
they-
Klan.
they're
They're just
getting-
fighting.
they're getting rid of team names like Washington and all these other teams got
Yeah,
to like
but it's
fighting
okay.
Atlanta, like all this shit. But then, just like the fucking movie Blazing Saddles, which we're huge fans of, the Irish are like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. We fight. Call us the drunken Irish. We don't give a shit because you know what? Irish people don't have
We,
feelings.
we really don't.
There is
care.
one Irishman who does go against them every week. You know who that is?
Who?
Who's
Pat
that?
McAfee.
Here's the thing about Pat McAfee, and I'm gonna bring this up.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
You got a lot going for you, man. But what you need to do is realize you made a
You get a
mistake.
chair? Oh.
Because Shane Gillis, if you didn't see, and I think we brought it up
we
last
thought-
week
yeah.
when he called
think-
fucking
Alabama Jones.
Alabama Jones, and then they
Fucking
keep
hilarious.
replaying it. He's in a Notre Dame Letterman's coat, which honestly, if you guys want to sponsor us by sending us all those jackets, or just me, I'm an extra large. Because they're like
large.
$300. I looked into them and I just yelled Rudy the whole time I'm fucking winning a game.
Yeah.
He
He
just
was holding me up when he did it.
the way he mocks fucking the Indiana coach after that win, the way he mocks Ohio, like he just Shingas didn't give a
Gillis is a
fuck. And
beast.
they literally show fucking Nick Saban while he's talking. He's like
Oh, he was having no fucking part of it.
nothing. He's like, oh, did I
watched that
offend you?
after.
No, you didn't offend me. Are you sure I didn't offend you? It seemed like you're a bit of a bitch. And dude, he's literally calling Nick Saban. It's hilarious.
So there's an interview.
Watch it.
Shane Gillis does an interview after this, right? The first thing he says, they ask him about like the SEC and Alabama. He goes, "Oh yeah, Nick Saban, SEC, they cheated. All of them cheated." And he was doing it as a joke. And then when they were going to get on stage, Saban,
Saban was
goes,
confronting him.
"I heard what you said. I heard what you said." And he goes, "Yo, Herb Street, McAfee, you guys said it was a joking thing."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, dude, he's just kidding with you. You're fine."
Well, Shane
He's all
thought-
good." Then he calls him Alabama Jones, and he goes, "Dude, he's not kidding. This dude wants to kill me."
Yeah.
Mike.
And on
Yes.
top, he
It's
wants to kill me. And then after the whole thing, he goes, he was not happy.
Yeah, he was not
At all.
happy.
If
He had to
if
get
you-
off the stage. The only person that could help him down was Shane Gillis. He was looking somewhere to try to have someone else help him. He was
Dude,
like, oh, and had to have Gillis
if
help
you
him
haven't
out.
seen it, check it out. And
It's
also,
hilarious.
if you haven't seen some crazy stats, while we're still on football, we're gonna get back to the NFL. Fucking Henry sent out this punter stat, and I know we make fun of the Bears for drafting a punter, but I wrote it down here just because of fucking neo-Nazi fucking Neil out there who's like, that stat's wrong.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah, we'll get-
4.6, it's
No,
We're
it's
gonna
good.
get back to it,
4.2.
dude.
Keep us honest.
Yeah,
Keep
keep
us
us honest.
We-
Call us out.
Yeah, call us.
Call
out.
us out.
Send me pictures of your
Port-
sister.
Politely, though.
But a fucking amazing stat. So, punter that we drafted, Taylor, he finished with the Bears' all-time highest net,
I just
41.6,
say this, yeah.
and the
And
all-time highest gross,
Yep.
47.7 as a punting.
as a rookie,
As a rookie, he set an NFL a Bears record, and it's not like far behind on some other shit. And a crazier stat, and I'm not gonna steal it from Henry, is the stat about Darnell Wright. Hit us with it, man. Right tackle Darnell White
Darnell Wright
for the Chicago
ended up
Bears.
grading out as the 5th best right tackle in all of football.
yeah.
The fifth best. After all the grades were done, the fifth best, which means if they had just fucking drafted a center, if they had just fucking maybe taken a
year.
shot at fucking a left tackle, like we could be something. That's why we need a guy like
Kelvin
Ben Johnson.
Banks or
They just
Campbell.
had 4 other linemen.
Yeah.
They'd be
No, no,
pretty
no.
good.
Because I'll be
you know
honest,
what's really
I'll
good
be
about
honest-
this draft, though? You know the best position is offensive line.
Yeah,
There
And-
are lots of good
and we
ones.
need it. And
But not
all
center,
across.
though, right? Center's late.
It is
Center's
late,
like-
but there's a
the
good one out of
first one's
Georgia,
third,
and
right?
Georgia and
Check-
Texas.
there's
Yeah.
good centers, but people don't need to take them, so they're getting pushed back. So hopefully the Bears are smart enough to be like, hey, we're
I would
one
love to
that
take
really
a center
needs it.
early.
And that's why you get a guy like Pete. I wouldn't be opposed to Pete Carroll because he knows how to do that. And also, the best part about Pete Carroll, the only fucking reason I'm kind of like bring Pete Carroll, you know what he did with Russell fucking Wilson?
Let him
Let
play
him
the game.
cook.
Play motherfucker, cook all
Yeah,
day.
well, this-
You know what Caleb Williams would do if he had a line and the ability to
he-
cook?
He's a
I'm
better
telling you right
version of
now.
Russell Wilson, dude.
Dude, Caleb Williams is a fucking baller. We brought up this stat last time. We didn't get into it, but Caleb Williams versus
I
Justin
want to hit on
Fields.
that, please.
And I think that Henry's going to find the stat he sent out of Caleb versus Justin Fields. All these people are like, oh, Justin Fields in the playoffs. Blah, blah, blah.
Well,
Justin Fields is fucking garbage compared to Caleb Williams. And if you literally listen to the side-by-side comparison by Mr. Henry here, hit it.
please go ahead.
So Justin Fields in 4 seasons has never hit 3,500 yards.
Never.
Caleb, 1 of 1. 4,000 total yards, so including rushing. Mr. Fields, 0-4. Caleb, 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
20 passing touchdowns in a season. 0-4. Justin Fields, 1 of 1.
1 of 1.
3-to-1 touchdown ratio. 0-4, 1-1 to Caleb Williams. And not only that, beating the Packers. Justin Fields, 0-6. Caleb Williams, 1-1. 1-0-1.
And we should have beat him.
But
we got
should have
cheated
beat
by a
both
foul
games.
that wasn't called.
By the way, again, most apropos, fucking amazing poetic shit when you the same kicker from a similar distance hits the fucking game winner. Beautiful way to end it, storybook ending. But I do want to tie this back to Pete Carroll.
Hit me with it.
I wasn't interested at all. And then Henry listened to the same interview I did of that dude who was clearly like a front man for fucking Pete Carroll. But I mean,
He's just
the
hyped
more
up.
he
I mean,
talked
he's the
about
guy-
it,
the score called because he was a guy that they
but he also said
they knew they could get good insight on Carroll.
and he also said Waldron was shit. The same guy. He's
Yeah.
like, he was
Yeah, that
not
was-
at
Pete
all
Carroll did not
approaching
make that decision.
Waldron. But he's like, dude, Pete Carroll, I don't give a fuck if he's 72. The guy is full of energy. Like when you talk about setting a culture, when you talk about, again, like we were just talking about the idea of like, letting Russell Wilson just be Russell Wilson. I see so much upside to Pete Carroll, and I'm slowly thinking Pete Carroll might be my number one.
I just don't like how old he is. That's what
I get it, but he's not a normal 72.
I mean, he's younger than our fucking.
And I
president,
thought about this
so-
this morning as I was driving around. I go, well, how old is Andy Reid? Because he looks like he's going to die any play.
He only looks like
I don't
that
like-
How old is
I-
Andy Reid? Do you guys know?
because
No.
he's diabetic. That's the only.
How old do you think he is?
63.
57.
Yeah, right.
We'll
57 cheeseburgers, maybe,
Google
just
that.
today.
Judd,
He
what
does love cheeseburgers.
What'd you have to say?
Oh, he's
I got a
66.
good question for you guys after Joe.
He's 66, but he's much less healthy than Pete Carroll. I'm just saying, energy-wise.
You guys are gonna be
Pete
upset
Carroll's
when
doing-
Pete Carroll's chewing that gum.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying we don't have to be such an ageist. 72 is still pretty young for some people.
Judd's only
And
So
Pete
you
Carroll's
probably only
young
get-
72.
Look,
Look, just
Right?
because I'm the oldest
Judd's
guy.
almost there.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
you know what? The other day somebody thought Shamrock is my age, and I was like, because of this show, he's getting like, if like you hang out with a bunch of cokeheads.
fuck
people
you,
are like-
motherfuckers.
People are like, I know you do coke. Well, you're with all those cokeheads. He hangs
Yeah.
out with an old person all the time. He's on the show. Now they're thinking he's my age.
Literally, Judd
Yeah.
thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Not that we're like forever apart, but I mean, I'll tell you, I'm 42. I mean, Judd's 47.
Yep.
Bob's
36.
36. Mentally, he's barely 5.
Yeah.
Henry.
34.
So here's the thing.
35.
Ladies, we got a plethora of
35.
aged dick for you, and a lot of different sizes. I keep a roof over my meat locker. So does Henry. Bobby's what we call
I
a
don't.
skinny guy with a small dick, and Judge just
Look
a
a
fuck
lot
machine.
bigger.
The only reason I didn't do porn is because I have too many
Hey.
kids, and my
The only
wife
reason you
pointed out
didn't
that
do
would be a
porn
bad
is
idea.
because like they call you the human jackhammer. He was hurting women. Watch out for Judd.
So, Shamrock, I got a question for you.
Emotionally, maybe.
Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick, man. I can do both.
Who are the two longest tenured head coaches in the NFL? They're pretty,
Ever
pretty obvious. Right now. The
right,
guys,
Oh, right
right
now?
now,
the guys who are the two longest. It's
it's
pretty obvious.
gotta
Mike
be
They're in
Tomlin?
the same division.
it's gotta be Tomlin and
Harbaugh?
Reed.
No, Harbaugh.
Really?
Tomlin
Yeah.
Harbaugh.
Oh yeah,
Because-
fucking.
yeah.
You always forget about
So-
fucking Harbaugh because he's got a brother.
What are the two?
for the
What are the
Bears.
two things you know about them? Right. Both of them are guys who are head coaches who don't call plays on either side of the ball.
Yes, they coach.
What is Mike Tomlin not good at?
Offense?
After Ben
Drafting
Roethlisberger,
receivers
he has not
that
brought in a
don't have a
coordinator on
criminal record?
offense,
Mm.
I don't know.
and that has been anything good. Every coordinator since Todd Haley left the Steelers has sucked, and their offense has been a pitiful.
Let me ask you something. If the Steelers fired Tomlin tomorrow,
I don't want him.
You don't want him?
I don't.
I've seen about this today, too.
I want
Funny,
Pete
man.
Carroll over Tomlin. That's
I
what
think
I'm
I
getting
do
at. That's
too.
what I'm getting to. That's
I
what
think
I'm
I do, too.
you know what?
That's what I'm
I
getting
can
to.
see
That's
that. but
crazy to say,
Here-
but I think I do.
With all that shit that he's done, he's never had a losing season.
Here's-
He's in the playoffs. He
He
puts
is.
his
All right.
team in a chance.
Here's-
I
here's-
want a fucking chance.
Here's my chance. Here's my question for you. John Harbaugh. He wins the Super Bowl every 12 years. Would you rather win a Super Bowl every 12 years or make the playoffs 10 years in a row and never
What?
win?
I think I would rather.
I'm taking that
I-
Super Bowl
I
every
like-
12 years.
Fuck yeah.
I'd take this.
Ask a
And
Packer
here's my
fan.
question for you. John Harbaugh. What has he been good at his entire career? He was a special teams coach before he was head coach.
Yes. Which
He
one
has
should have
he
debuted,
doesn't
by the way.
every offensive coordinator that's brought in is brought in
Gets hired by another team.
It's well, they're brought in to match their quarterback.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Todd Monken, Greg Roman when he
and-
first brought in Lamar,
That's the crazy part. That's what I've never understood about the fucking Bears. They bring in a guy that's like,
and that's
oh,
my
hey,
point.
I
You know
know
what Pete
I
Carroll
know.
has done? He let them pick the coordinator for the quarterback.
I like it.
Shane
Look-
Waldron was the first offensive coordinator that made no sense. And what happened?
Pete
Russell
Carroll-
got fired and went to the Broncos.
Pete Carroll's growing on me. It's going to be interesting.
If we have-
If we bring in Pete Carroll,
I'll tell you what.
if we bring in like a Mike LaFleur, or we bring in like a
Honestly,
think about it. Well, you bring in a Mike LaFleur, right? He's Matt LaFleur's brother. He's gonna be very similar.
It's
Guess
different.
what?
It's different.
He can become the head coach in 3 years when Pete Carroll retires.
I also
Like-
think for the exact reasons you just
You
said,
just gave me a bone.
that Pete Carroll might be
Call me a liar.
the only coach that would consider actually just retaining Thomas Brown. I
That
think he
too.
would actually
I'd be okay with that
consider
too.
staying because
Yeah.
again he doesn't have the
He
ego.
knows Caleb. That's
and
why
he
I
knows
would be okay
Caleb,
with
and he
it.
got the best out of Caleb. And I think if he was, this is why what was that?
You know what
fucking
Pete Carroll's gonna do when they're talking about offense? Peace out.
Well, that's what. So weeks
He's
ago,
not gonna be in the room.
when we were talking about promoting Thomas Brown to head coach, I said I don't like that. I like him sitting above the field.
That's why I
seeing
like him
fucking
over the
plays,
other head
and he's
coaches.
excelling. And then you throw him the head coach, and then all that progression that we made very quickly with Thomas Brown was thrown out the fucking window.
Look,
That's why I don't want Tomlin,
think
because if
Pete
Tomlin
Carroll-
got fired, Tomlin doesn't hire good coaches.
here's
Second, Mike McCarthy wants to call the offense.
here's why you
screwed.
gotta make this. You have to make this pick right for a million fucking reasons, but just one of them. Just one of them.
Yeah, please.
Me and Henry were talking about this. So the 2025 schedule's already come out. So the Bears technically 11 of their fucking 17 games are against current
records?
playoff teams.
Oh, current playoff.
because we play the Packers twice,
Right.
Lions twice,
So
the
you have
Vikings
6
twice.
I will
playoff
say
games
this,
right
though.
there. So 5 others.
Starting
outside
this
the division.
season of 2024, the Bears had the easiest schedule in the league. After 6 games, they had the hardest remaining
Yeah,
schedule.
you never know because the next
Yeah.
year.
Well, that's the thing.
I
There's
get
such a
that.
big
but
turnaround. in the NFL.
11 of 17, bros.
Well, I think
Like that's a
You're
tall
right,
order.
you're right.
And one of the teams that isn't one of those is San Francisco. You think they're gonna get back on track?
well,
No,
Like
No,
I
well,
don't.
Well,
you don't?
No.
Well, look at next
not
year
until they get
though.
rid of half their roster.
The Packers have a great roster. They really do, like a bunch of young
Not with
players.
Jordan Love at quarterback.
But okay,
Ooh,
okay, I was
shots
getting there.
fired, shots
I was
fired.
getting there. But Jordan Love has become the biggest question mark in the NFL, arguably. Like as far as the contract, that's fucking.
You know what?
it.
You know what Jordan Love's become?
What?
He's Dak Prescott.
He
of
just-
Hey,
the
you don't know.
North.
He just
What
turned
did I
over
say?
a
He's on the
machine.
Scooby Doo episode.
And
They
then
pull off the fake head. It's Dak Prescott.
well,
Yeah.
and then you look at the Vikings, and I think that is a team that all of us,
We
think
all
of
thought
us-
they were
I
not gonna be
certainly
this
picked
good.
them to pick. I finished or picked them to pick last in the division,
100%.
and then they almost got.
And I'm
first
sorry for saying that,
wildly.
Vikings.
Same, and
Way better.
I also didn't think that they'd fucking get mollywop like they did, and Sam Darnold just fucking gave
Well,
away the
that's my thing. Is I'm saying you could see a giant step back from the Vikings, like a giant, like a 5-game step
Is that
back.
a pun intended? Because they're going to stick with Daniel Jones.
Well, they,
we'll
signed,
see.
they signed him.
We'll see.
Dude, so who does
My-
Darnold end up going to?
My
Because they don't-
point
they don't
is the
sign him.
Bears. You
I
get the
think
right.
Darnold goes to the Giants.
If you get the right coach, they have a very good chance of leapfrogging and going up to second in the division. They have a very good chance. Like, because I think
I like it.
Jordan Love isn't what we thought he was. Well, I never thought he was worth that contract.
Jordan Love
personally.
didn't ever live up to his stats the
Right.
entire season.
And then you look at the Vikings, and we don't even know if their quarterback's going to be back next year. We
No,
don't
he
know
won't.
what-
He won't.
We,
Now,
well,
yeah, they're in a
They were
predicament.
talking. I don't know if we talked about this on the show or before the show. I'm sorry, but
That was before.
they're looking at around mid 50s per year for
No way.
Darnold.
No
So like
fucking
55 million roughly. Thanks, but I'll pick that up later. 55 million roughly.
Why you do that? Grab
and
another
now
one.
they're talking about after those last 2 games 40. And now if I'm the Vikings, I'm like, I don't fucking. Is this just
Yeah,
lightning
what
in
do
a
you
bottle?
do? Because
they're
there's the
I'm
question.
not putting 40 million on the books.
They're
especially when
they're
you
not
hear-
doing it. They're not fucking doing it.
the initial word was they were trying to trade McCarthy for a first-round pick. No one's giving them a first-round pick for that guy. Not yet.
So
They're-
this division is going to be turned upside down next year, I
they're
think.
definitely not doing it. They're and it will.
No, it doesn't mean for sure. By the way, the Bears are gonna go
NFL,
second in the
baby.
division.
Not for long. It all changes
That-
pretty fucking
it's,
quick.
It's a league of parity, 100%. Unless you
Speaking-
have one of the top 3 quarterbacks, you're not going to be, or a
the
Tomlin.
key to staying in guys who always get in the playoffs and all that shit is you have a great fucking quarterback. Like okay, you guys were talking earlier. Would you rather make the playoffs all the time or win Super Bowls? Ask a fucking Packer fan.
Well,
They've only got
McCarthy.
2. They had all these. They had back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks. They made the playoffs. They've had so many more heartbreaks than they've had Super
Well,
Bowls.
yes.
I'd rather fucking win a Super Bowl and be in last place the next year
Well,
and rebuild. Just you know what I mean? Like give me Super Bowls as many as you can. I don't need to be in the
This is-
playoffs every year with
this
a
is
heartbreak.
Tomlin and McCarthy in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, what Tomlin, did he win 2 with Ben or 1? 2?
They only won one.
The only one won.
no,
Okay.
I thought he
I
won.
thought he won.
No,
The other one was Cower.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, Cowher
Okay.
beat the Seahawks,
But-
and then
but-
Mike
he gets
Tomlin
there
has
every year.
lost 8 straight
And-
playoff games.
And McCarthy, not as good of a playoff record. I mean, as far as getting into the playoffs as Tomlin, but it's the same kind of thing. He gets
I
to
got
the
a
playoffs
crazy stat
every
for
year. He
McCarthy
doesn't
for you
win.
too, though. I'm not for McCarthy. He has the most NFC titles, most NFC division
Yes.
titles, and most wins
he
as a
had the
coach in
most
the
Aaron
NFC
Rodgers.
since 2000.
who did the Steelers beat the second time that they because they beat the Seahawks for one of their Super Bowls.
Cardinals.
They beat the Cardinals,
Dude,
and
you
that
remember
game, and the Cardinals should have won that fucking game.
Shoulda won that
Antonio
game.
Holmes.
But Antonio,
Yeah.
fucking crazy
So-
pants, cracker
Fucking
reward, Holmes.
insane, dude. Hats off
What-
to you, Steelers.
Wait, look at Pete Carroll's resume next to Tomlin and McCarthy. Take Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
Won all levels.
I'd take.
I mean,
Carroll.
This is
Okay,
why,
they got-
dude, this is why, yeah, just
Every
It was
day
a
that
crazy
passes,
thought at first, but-
I'm more and more in the Pete Carroll camp, dude.
Pete Carroll, still young at heart. He knows where he's at. He
he
knows how
chews
old
his
he is.
gum like an asshole.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's so mad about the gum chewing. What if we can get him to not chew gum?
With
But all
all
I'm
the coke
saying is-
heads we hang out with that are chewing imaginary gum, you can't
That's
handle your
true.
coach doing it for a couple
He's-
times a week on
The
the
old
sideline.
silent
You know what he's
yodel.
going to do? He's going to let the guy
Shout out
bring in
to-
the right coordinator, as in a Mike LaFleur or keep Thomas Brown,
I see what you're saying.
and then he's going to bring in Chris Stevens,
I see
who
what
was the
you're saying.
defensive coordinator during the Legion of Boom.
Okay.
Shout out to my actual brother Matthew, who said, "Hey, you guys get focused on like one sport," and we've done that. We've killed this. We've
Yeah.
killed the NFL. We killed the college football. What me and Judd would really like to talk about is how about them goddamn Bulls, man?
They're confusing.
Yeah, they're great. They have a chance to have a
confusing, but-
top 10 pick, and they decided to be good
Guys,
this year.
they're like a girl. You can't decide if she should be your girlfriend or just your fucking, fuck friend.
I mean, they couldn't stop us four on the court.
What's
But
that?
they will score 130 every game.
Dude, but here's the crazy thing. Like we were just talking about it. They just beat the Spurs. Spurs just beat up on LA, and I think LA sucks because LeBron James is a fucking pud.
Yeah.
I will fucking beat you 1-on-1 today, bro. Like our fucking podcast.
You'll beat LeBron.
Subscribe. I will beat LeBron 1-on-1.
And what do
First person to score, and we can fucking fight.
What do you guys think is easier, getting your son pardoned as the president or getting your son on the Lakers?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're
Well,
president, you're pardoning.
yeah,
your
the
family.
pardons-
I'm doing
if you
that.
already got
Getting your son on the
president,
Lakers is harder.
I still love that.
What a
that-
joke.
That meme that said
Yes.
LeBron argues that his son doesn't get preferential treatment as he raises him up. to
It's holding
dunk.
him for the dunk.
So funny. Also, I'll tell you, and Judd knows this because we make fun of Bobby when he's not around about it.
Yeah.
Bobby
and when
loves
I'm here.
Bobby loves him some Victor Wembanyama.
Goddamn right.
And I'll
Wemby,
tell you
baby.
what, when he dunked
wants
over
to
AD
focus
the
you.
other day and looked at AD, and he looked right at LeBron, and neither of them would make eye contact, I was like, oh fuck.
He's that guy.
that
dude.
game went nuts.
I-
Go ahead,
he's-
Judd. You got
that
I see
guy.
you got something. We were
No,
working
I'm
on
just,
something.
I just don't know. Like this Bulls team.
It's
They're
confusing.
scary, man. They're clearly not the Derrick Rose
Well, they-
Bulls. They'll
they-
never be
they're
the
missing
Jordan
that-
Bulls, but like
They're missing that fucking killer, that ultimate superstar, that top 5 guy. But like, goddamn, if you had one with
all right,
that team,
how would you feel about this?
Kobe is such a fun fucking player. Like, there's a lot of fun guys on that team. They just don't.
How would you
have
feel about this team if they had brought
that.
James Harden in this year?
No,
Imagine this
No,
team with James
fuck
Harden.
James. I've never been a James Harden.
Look,
fan.
I'm not a James Harden fan, but you know what James Harden is doing in LA while it's burning to the ground? He's fucking murdering everyone.
and not gonna win anything in the playoffs
So
as usual.
if you guys had to guess, in terms of 3 players on a team playing most minutes together, so you have 5 on a court, but like players
the 3
playing
most?
together during a game.
Like minutes per game
Yeah, minutes per game.
for a 3.
Can you
God, I couldn't probably
guess the
I
team
think
that you think
ways
leads
with
that, like with the 3 players?
I'm gonna guess it's the Bulls.
no,
False.
is it? I was
No.
gonna say the Warriors.
Now I want you to think hard about this because he used to be with the Bulls.
Oh, you're talking about Jimmy Butler?
I'm talking about the New York Knicks because of Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, well,
So,
that makes him
Here's the funny part:
he loves ruining careers.
hey,
R.I.P.
the
Derrick Rose.
most 3 players playing together minutes. The top 6 of the players, all Knicks players.
Wow.
So 6 Knicks players
That's 'cause
swap between each other, have the most minutes played
That's-
together of any
So you
players
pick any
in
of
the
those
league.
6, and they're still the top 3.
They're the top 6
yeah.
Dude,
of
Okay.
3 players playing
that's-
together
That's because Tom Thibodeau fucking runs his guys ragged.
into the ground.
Yes,
And
and I
speaking
love
of-
Tibbs, but
Speaking
I
of
do
running
too.
guys ragged, Jimmy Butler once had a fucking.
Oh, he wants
what's
to down.
so you weren't here for that
Well-
episode, but Jeff when he called in because he's a
Fuck
Suns fan,
you,
obviously.
Speaking
we
of
love you, we love you,
fucking,
Jeff. Not him, but
love Jeff.
high five.
But,
Thanks for sponsoring us.
Yes,
Get your
but Jeff-
Viagra strips.
Jeff. Jesus Christ, Jeff. Though it was pretty excited at the idea of him going to the Suns, which I think would actually make a lot of fucking sense because they don't have any perimeter offense
And Bradley
or
Beal wants to
defense.
go
Rather,
to the Clippers.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense though.
All right, so me and Judd were talking about the Cavaliers earlier and how they're like, they look good. They're talking about
They're 33-5.
they're possibly gonna challenge the Bulls and
In the
Warriors,
Warriors
like, right?
record.
The Twin Towers are fucking insane. It's working. It's awesome. Imagine a guy like Jimmy Butler somehow getting himself onto a team like the Cavaliers next year at the end of the year. He would be fucking unstoppable.
He might destroy him.
Unstoppable. And I'm telling you right now, the
Love
Cavaliers are
Jimmy
good,
Buckets, dude.
but they keep the Twin Towers. They bring Jimmy Buckets over there and they trade the rest of the team. It's just the Twin Towers and Jimmy Butler out there.
Yeah,
and
but
they're fucking.
How old is Jimmy Butler now, man?
Well, I just literally was literally going to ask. Was it
I'd have to look it up.
I
He's
look
like-
it
I
up.
guess in
I'll
the
look it
early
34,
30s.
35?
He's getting
Oh, is that
He's-
old? Really?
He's younger than me.
Let's see here. He came in Rose's second season or third season? Second season, right? Because he was a rookie in his MVP year.
He's been around 10,
Wasn't he?
12 years.
You guys did see Derrick Rose's numbers getting retired by the Bulls next year.
I did. see that.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
The only
Uh,
person ever allowed to wear it, PJ Rose.
That's what I heard from, yeah.
Jimmy Butler is 35.
35.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
damn, dude.
He can't find his joy.
I don't know, dude.
Well, know
can't
why?
find my
Because they
joy.
said straight up he doesn't want to play all year. He wants to half-ass it till the
Yeah,
playoffs
like
and then play
everyone
hard
else
in the
in the NBA.
playoffs. And they're not going to pay him what he wants. He wants to be paid as the highest-paid player to not have to try during the season.
And like, you're fucking 35, bro. Just, I don't know. He's fucking greedy.
He wants that chip, man. What he should
What do you
He
think
do,
that
only
Ron
wants to
Artest
ship what he
role,
wants
Ron
to be
Artest with
Kawhi
Lakers?
Leonard.
what he should do though,
Oh, my knee. I'll play the playoffs.
You know what?
what he should do is fucking realize that
He should fuck Kawhi.
his best days are behind him. He's still good. I wouldn't want to play him.
He's
I'd
a
rather
great
play
role player, dude.
LeBron than him. And go
Great
to
defensive player.
go to a team that's a fucking perennial chance to fucking be in the
Well,
championship
Like
and play with them.
like Gary Payton did. Like fucking
The glove, dude.
like-
Shout out to the glove.
when he went, he title chased him and Malone at the Lakers. You know,
Just
like
do what like hockey players do. They go like end up
What?
on the
Yeah.
fourth line or third line of some
Yeah.
I mean,
fucking team
Hope
that's about
was
to
still
win.
really
And
good
you're
when
old.
he was
Finally
there,
hold
but
the Stanley Cup.
But, you know,
He gets it first. He's fucking 100.
yeah, he's been in the league since the
He
70s.
played 4 games with us this year, but he's a champion.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, fuck it.
I mean, I'm rooting for Jimmy to get a title.
Like they say in fucking college, D's get degrees. Fucking guys on the fourth
Or finish
line
with a
get
title.
fucking Stanley Cups, man. So fuck it. Just sit on the bench and get your shit. That's like the movie Semi Pro. Semi Pro.
Guys like him have value, but you just have to
ELE.
be willing to take a mid-level exception.
Everybody love everybody.
Otherwise, salary cap.
That's the rule.
I mean, who has the most championships in the NBA not named Bill Russell?
No.
Robert fucking Horry.
Robert Horry, yeah,
Robert
I knew that.
Seven.
You gave me a fucking chance. But yes, I knew that. 7.
Best name.
What
Is
ever.
he
Did
better
that-
than Kobe or
and
LeBron or
Kerr-
Michael?
Steve
Kerr-
Not a
Okay.
chance.
Best name ever to be a porn star.
How many did Steve Kerr in with? You remember?
4, right?
I thought it was 5.
He had
Or maybe
two
it was
more.
4.
He had 5. And then he
'Cause
got
I got
2
2
with
of the Spurs
San
and 3 of the
Antonio.
Bulls. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 4.
I thought it was 5.
I thought he got 5.
I thought it was 3 with the Bulls, 1 with the Spurs, and then
Either
he
way.
won.
Right.
Here's-
Let's
either
fact
way.
check it so we don't get
Here's-
yelled at in the comments.
Here's
No,
the
we
thing.
should get yelled at.
When you
Yelled
talk
at.
about championships and rings and numbers, that comes down to when you're comparing a player to a player. And I'm not saying that fucking Robert Horry is better than Jordan, or
Yeah,
this, that, and the other thing. But when guys want to be like, and we're
5.
gonna get back on it.
Yep.
When guys want to compare LeBron to Jordan, and Jordan, who played like 2/3 of the time, still holds records, still shit that can't be beat.
Jordan played 9 or 10 seasons of all 82 games.
Right.
Yeah,
LeBron did that once.
6 for 6, man.
Once.
And everybody's like, "Oh, look what LeBron did when he."
That's not even the best stat.
Like it's fucking insane.
Well,
and everybody's like, "Oh, he just
the-
got the most 30-point games."
The amount.
Yeah,
He had to
you know
play
who-
20,000
Do you know
fucking
who has the
games.
highest average of the season ever still in their career? Michael Jordan.
You know who has
Yeah.
the most 40-point games ever in their career?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
And you know who has? Here's the best one. You win the MVP. You're on all team offense,
And defense.
all defense, and you won the Finals MVP.
LeBron
It
ever
happened
did?
4 times. I think they were all. What was it? They were all Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he played for the Bulls.
case you didn't
No,
know.
check it out.
All 4.
And if
And
you
the
wanna,
Wizards, famously for the Wizards.
you want to
That's
talk crazy
what he
shit,
made.
Better 40-year season.
Nope.
Michael Jordan on the Wizards or LeBron on the Lakers?
Hey, where
Michael
did-
Jordan on the
Hey,
Wizards.
real quick though, where did Shaq make all this money?
Papa John's.
John said, you got to get that Shaq.
He also
where he
owns
gets
Forever
all his money?
21.
UCLA. Yeah.
You gotta get the check around.
The old basketball.
And I'll tell you right now.
He made all his money in college.
They made that
Played
movie
at
about him.
LSU.
That
Oh,
was true.
LSU. I'm sorry, LSU. I apologize.
Me and Judd have had
Thank
this
you, fact
argument
checker.
because me and Judd get into basketball
Thank
conversations a
you.
lot at the bar. I think Jordan's number one. I think he's phenomenal.
And he's a big LeBron guy.
And
we know.
people want to throw
Who is? I'll
LeBron,
fucking kill you and then fuck your dead body.
Steph
I know, like,
Curry.
the show's canceled, guys.
I'll push his hips while he does it. People want to throw in LeBron, Steph Curry, blah, blah. You know who's better than all those guys? It's fucking Shaquille, man. Shaquille, when he was in the league, fucking dominated every fucking aspect
Like
of the game.
Kobe said. He said if he had Kobe's work ethic, he would have been the best player ever.
Yeah, Shaquille,
Oh, yeah.
Shaquille should have
That's
12,
true, dude.
12 fucking goddamn.
Shaquille should
Shaq
have,
got
dude.
butthurt about that, but it's true.
Yeah, and he
If
should
he,
have
would
got
have stayed,
butthurt.
if he would have stayed in shape
Well,
like he was
it
when he
was-
first got in the Lakers,
They wouldn't have lost to the Pistons.
The magic that
they wouldn't
bounced.
have lost.
He wanted to have fun. He was having a good time. He was making money.
But I do say this: he said, if we were doing really team ups, I would have went to the Bulls.
Right.
Oh,
Would you watch like the one?
Yeah, the All Star
when
game.
game.
I
The All Star
tossed it
game.
out
When,
of
yeah,
bounds to him.
when Jordan's
Bam.
talking to Shaq, he's like, "Hey, Shaq," and he like fucking misses it, and gets it back out of bounds, throws it back out to him again. He's like, "Oh, can you imagine
Right
this
back
two
at you,
together,
dog.
dude?"
He says, right back at you, dog.
Dude.
yeah.
But listen,
Was
like,
Shaq that bounced him out of the playoffs, right? Too, when he came back in '94, '95.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then that was
Shaq
the
and
next
Penny.
year, 96,
Yep.
in that All-Star game
Yep.
exchange.
Yep.
Right? But like, if Shaq had joined with Jordan, like all these team hopping fucking pussies do now, they
Let's
actually
team
would.
up.
I think they could have gotten more rings, and it would have kept
dude.
Jordan's career alive forever. Jordan would have just stayed and played
We
for
might have
fucking
won a
ever.
straight.
Dude,
Because
We
you
might
could
have
lean
won
down
a straight
Shaq.
decade.
if you
We might have won a straight decade.
They could have gotten
if they
more
have
than
to go
the, than
double
the Celtics.
Shaq in the
Oh,
post,
11.
and you
All
have
day.
Jordan one-on-one doing fades later in his career, there's
All
no
day.
fucking chance they
if
couldn't
you-
have touched them.
If you don't think Jordan leaving to go play fucking baseball slowed things down, if you don't think that Jordan, when he did retire, because he said, "Oh, I'm going to retire," had another at least 5 years in him, and if those
Dude.
5 years included
Well-
fucking Shaquille O'Neal, he's going to go, "Hey, man, that was fun. You wanted to win another 5?"
Well-
They would probably have won all the way in like 2005.
Do you know how tired he was when he had to go beat the Monstars? Do you know how tired he was when he stretched his arm to half court? You know how many
Hey,
surgeries he had to
hey,
have to
here-
repair that
Hit him
arm?
high, hit him
Here-
high,
I mean,
hit him
LeBron had to
high,
try. He tried
hit
to.
him low, hit
Here's
him low,
here's
hit
what
him
I
low.
would like. Here's what I would like to say to our listeners. If we get enough likes and subscribers, and they comment, "I did this because I want to watch you punch Bobby," I will punch Bobby. in the-
Bobby will
gonna
get
lie.
a tattoo on his forehead.
It's gonna happen anyways. But
Yeah, probably. But if we get enough likes, I'll hit him in the face.
hey guys,
Like, let's do this.
please don't share this podcast, follow it or like it. There's really not a reason to. There's a lot better podcasts.
I'm
I'll
pretty.
link them in the description below.
Hey, I'll
Um,
post the Indeed ad for our fourth member. After
I'm
the
pretty
show.
sure we're getting pretty close to our time for
We
the
are.
show. But
are.
we appreciate you. We love you. Thanks to High Five.
Dude, thank you,
Thanks
high five,
to-
and thank you, by the way,
Who sponsored that booze?
Done
Done
Did It
did it
Studio.
Studios.
Yeah, check out the West Chicago
And
Social Club and
it-
Judd and the Poor.
April 3rd, opening for Moonshine Bandit.
Yes,
It's gonna be epic, dude. We're gonna fuck that place up.
and all of you guys who have fucking taken time to follow, subscribe, comment,
Tell
buy
your
us
friends.
beer, tell your friends, share the shit.
How
Like we
dare your parents
genuinely
don't follow us
appreciate
yet.
it because this is gonna grow without you guys. So we really, 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 really appreciate
Yeah.
it, and thank you guys a lot.
4
And
dudes.
if you want to talk to us on the air about a certain subject,
Yeah,
text us. We'll call you.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do, man. It's
We
just-
want to do more phone calls. So
yeah.
let
We're
us
gonna,
know.
we're,
Or-
we're gonna do more phone calls. We also are gonna do some set redesign coming up soon too. So
yeah. Next week could be crazy, man.
show's gonna look better and sound
4
better.
dudes who work full-time
We
jobs.
might use Bobby's basement and force him out of the group. You never know. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Let's
That's-
go that route. That wasn't even
wrong
my
with you?
favorite.
My God, is this just fucking kill Bob?
And now,
Bob, I love you.
What?
Yeah.
now what we
No,
do
I
is
didn't
Love you, Bobby.
I'm here.
we're gonna
Thank you,
slowly.
I brought you into this group.
We're gonna
Thanks, buddy.
yeah, it's your fucking fault.
Johnny, buddy, I love you.
It's me.
We're gonna do a slow like little break. We're gonna take a little breather, and then we're gonna do a little bit of sit on my pee.
But in the meantime, thank you guys. I love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Hold my
Going
Cheers.
on a bender for the
Oh,
next
my
4
God,
days.
motherfuckers.
Bring the women, the whiskey, and all my evil ways. We going on a bender for the next 4 days. Bring the women, the whiskey, and all my evil ways.